Suge Knight was like, yo, let's take a walk to the parking lot. I want to talk to you. I'm like, all right, cool. So me, Tupac, and Suge Knight, we take a walk. Just us three. Everybody else kind of stayed back. So we walking in the parking lot and we post up. They got the Rolls Royce. We kind of like post up next to the Rolls Royce. Pac had the, I don't know if it was a white Rolls Royce, it was convertible. So Nick lit up a blunt, you know what I'm saying? I had some weed, he had some weed. And then Suge Knight was like, yo, good movie, man. He's like, yo, I want to sign you to Death Row.
Fredro Starr says Suge Knight tried to sign him to Death Row back in the days. And Reggie Wright Jr. responds. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So people, Fredro Starr from the legendary New York group Onyx was talking to the Art of Dialogue about different subjects. He got onto a day when he had a movie premiere. Death Row showed up. And obviously Suge Knight's there, Tupac's there, all of those guys. And the big man Suge Knight, the Death Row owner, came in and suggested that Fredro Starr should sign to Death Row. And I got the audio for you guys. Check it out.
Suge Knight was like, yo, let's take a walk to the parking lot. I want to talk to you. I'm like, all right, cool. So me, Tupac, and Suge Knight, we take a walk. Just us three. Everybody else kind of stayed back. So we walking in the parking lot and we post up. They got the Rolls Royce. We kind of like post up next to the Rolls Royce. Pac had the, I don't know if it was a white Rolls Royce, it was convertible. So Nick lit up a blunt, you know what I'm saying? I had some weed, he had some weed. And then Suge Knight was like, yo, good movie, man. He's like, yo, I want to sign you to Death Row. And I'm like, huh? Like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, you know, Suge Knight had a reputation for being that nigga, like, you know, and when I was talking about energy, like Pac is the sun, Suge Knight is the moon. That nigga, he got the dark energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt that shit. Like, so when he was like, yo, I want to sign you to Death Row, I kind of like, I got shook. I was like, but I'm already signed to Def Jam. I was trying to figure my way out this shit. Nah, don't worry about that. I'll figure that shit. I know Jay. I know Russell. I'll take care of that. Ain't nothing to worry about. But the nigga Tupac was looking at me like, he giving me that side eye, like he wasn't encouraging the shit. He wasn't like, yeah, nigga, sign with Death Row, nigga. We got it. I ain't hear none of that from that nigga. That nigga was quiet. That nigga was like, I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'll get at you on a later note, but we'll go back to the, you know, people, whatever. And that was that.
Yeah, fam. And you can hear the whole of that interview on the Art of Dialogue in my description. Just go check it out. But let's get into what was actually said. Fredro Starr was walking and went outside with Tupac and Suge Knight. It was a starry night. And he said Suge wanted to sign him because Fredro had a little bit of Tupac in him. You know, he was a younger guy, but he had the bald head, he had that street energy. If you don't know about Onyx, they had that energy like DMX had, just that all hyped. So I can somewhat see the realness in that story. But the only thing I would say is, why is it that when Fredro went to his team and went to speak about it, nothing came out of it? Like, Suge would have followed up at least if he genuinely wanted to sign you. That never happened. So maybe Suge was just talking or just trying to instill some confidence in him, like big him up, like, yo, we like your stuff. But I have no reason to believe he's lying. I don't see why he would. But one guy does have his suspicions, is Reggie Wright Jr., who used to do security for Death Row. He even was running Death Row when Suge Knight went to jail. Well, he's got a response. He spoke on his own channel, Born First, and here's what he had to say. Check it out.
I can't say. They had the group The Dog Pound at the time. They had the Outlaws and all of that. I ain't never heard. And I was there at the Sunset Park, Magic Johnson Theater. So when you go and responding and saying, how would I know? Because I know I was there. I ain't never heard them talking about trying to sign no Onyx or him as a solo rapper. Maybe try to do something on Death Row East, but I don't even think they were talking Death Row East at that point just yet. And so that's about all they would have wanted from you probably. Only thing I remember about Onyx, the group Onyx, is Soundcastle Studio. You remember that? When they had your ass tied up and took y'all watches and robbed y'all at Soundcastle Studios in Glendale, California. That's what I remember. That's the only time I ever think of Fredro.
Yeah, fam, and like I said before, you can check that audio as well in my description if you want to hear the whole interview that he did on his channel. But let's get into what he actually said. You can tell that Reggie just doesn't believe the actual story. He like half believes it, half doesn't. He more doesn't believe it. Let's keep it real. But hey, why would Fredro lie? And you never know, like Reggie's not there listening to every conversation Suge Knight's having with Tupac, but he just said he didn't hear anything about Suge trying to sign Onyx or Fredro Starr. But like I said, but at the time, Reggie was just head of security. He wasn't like involved in who Death Row was gonna sign or not. So it could have been true. But it was funny how he had to slide in that little story of Fredro Starr getting robbed and tied up and all that stuff. Like, why you gotta do Fredro like that? A legend in the game. I mean, anyone can get touched anyway, so it's not like it's a shameful thing to get robbed. But yeah, why did he even have to add that? Fredro's cool, man. I used to watch him in Mauricio all the time. But could you imagine Fredro Starr in Death Row? I definitely could have, just because of his aggressive nature. But Death Row was all about being gangster, whereas Onyx weren't really gangster. They were just more like wild young guys from the hood. So I don't know if that would have even really fit properly. But in that interview also, Fredro Starr says Tupac was looking at him like through the side eye, kind of saying, wasn't really enthusiastic about him signing to Death Row. Maybe Tupac was thinking, hey, this guy could be like my replacement or competition. So maybe that's why Tupac wasn't as enthusiastic. Maybe Fredro Starr is right. Tupac kind of felt like, yo, this isn't the spot to be at. Like, this ain't the label for you. Stay where you are. You're doing all right. But it's all if, buts, ands, or maybes. You'll never know. But people, I want to know what you lot think. What do you think about Fredro Starr's story about Suge Knight trying to sign him back in the day to Death Row Records? Do you believe it? I don't see any reason why he'd lie. And what do you think about Reggie Wright Jr.'s response? Kind of not really believing the story and also throwing a bit of shade on Fredro at the end. Let me know in the comments, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Daily content on this channel, people. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't miss a thing. Alright? It's Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.